Welcome to the arena, where Fire Emblem's strongest warriors come to test their might. Today, Ike, the Radiant hero, faces off against Roy, the young lion. Considering their stats, skills, and weaponry, who will come out on top? Ike is the child of Grail and Elena. Due to her tragic death at a young age, Ike has no memory of his mother. He looks to his father as a source of strength and tutelage. Through this mentorship, Ike learns the way of the blade and becomes quite skilled with the sword at a young age. Though he is still a teenager, Ike is brought on to Grail's mercenary force, where he drives off brigands, pirates, and the like. But soon after his inaugural battles as a mercenary, war breaks out in Ike's homeland of Crimea. After crossing still with a battalion of soldiers from the invading country of Dan, Ike and company stumble upon the secret princess of Crimea, Helencia. The Grail mercenaries answer the plight of Princess Helencia and help her escape the Dane army. Thus begins Ike's journey to not only save the continent from a tyrannical leader in King Ashnard of Dane, but also his quest to master the sword. Throughout the course of both Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn, Ike is a man of few words, allowing for his actions to speak for him. He's always up for a challenge and never backs down from a fight. It's this mentality that has allowed him to confront his father's killer, the Black Knight. This same resolve helped Ike stand up to the Dragon King and the goddess Ashera. In Radiant Dawn, Ike's growth rates in speed, luck, resistance leave something to be desired, but his insane base stats carry him. His signature sword Ragnall makes Ike an absolute powerhouse with the ability to attack at range, a high might of 18, and a bonus of +5 defense. That's not all. Ike also boasts his signature ability Aether, which allows him to strike twice, the first attack having a healing effect and the second ignoring the enemy's defense. It is safe to say that Ike is one of the strongest warriors in his homeland of Tellius, but can he stand up to the might of one of Aleb's mightiest heroes? The country of Bern has conquered half of the known world in an attempt to unite the continent of Aleb under one corrupt ruler, Zephiel. Next on the Mad King's list of countries to conquer is Roy's homeland of Vliscia, a country made up of an alliance of many ruling houses, one of which is Foray. At the tender age of 15, Roy is made leader of Foray's army in his ill father Eliwood's stead. Through further tragedy, Roy becomes the leader of the entire Lycian lineage. With the help of Zephiel's sane sister Guinevere and the military force of Echuria backing him up, Roy steamrolls his way through the continent of Aleb to defeat the Bern army and thwart Zephiel's plan to annihilate all humans and dragons. Roy prefers to avoid bloodshed unless absolutely necessary. His naivety of the world and how people feel and think are outshined by his knowledge on the battlefield, where he is said to be a tactical genius. His ability to command armies does little to help him in a fight. Roy begins the Binding Blade as level 1 with less than stellar bases. He struggles to double reliably and does not hit very hard due to his low strength. He is also locked to swords, which in the case of most of the series means enemies will be able to take advantage of his lack of a ranged weapon. For most of his game, Roy is underwhelming and a liability to your army. Once he claims the Binding Blade for himself, he becomes an amazing unit. Once he receives the Binding Blade, Roy class changes to a Great Lord with some amazing stat gains. The Binding Blade itself is a weapon that rivals Ike's Ragnall with 18 might, a ranged attack, a +5 defense boost, and the ability to heal Roy each turn by 30 HP. Using the average stats across the series, we can truly determine who would win in a fight between Ike and Roy. If you are curious as to how these numbers are achieved, go watch the arena preview video I uploaded yesterday. Check for the link in the description. Ike and Roy are relatively well matched in every aspect except for attack power, where Ike takes the noticeable lead. This will make for an interesting battle for sure. 2 will enter, 1 will leave. It's time for Ike and Roy to enter the arena.
I'm just getting started!
Roy, being the tactical genius he is, realized the benefits of taking a turn to heal up and brace for a counterattack. With the Binding Blade, Roy was able to heal the damage he was taking from Ike each turn. Without healing, that leaves Ike with only 6 attacks to pull off an Aether before being killed, which, based on his skill and his 79% chance of even hitting Roy, he only had an 11.85% chance of landing an Aether per turn. Over 6 attempts, that would be about a 55% chance of happening once. But Roy also has an 11% chance of hitting for critical damage. Over 5 attempts, Roy has about 44% chance of critting once. One critical in the first 4 hits means Ike dies in 4 turns. This all boils down to Ike pulling off an Aether in the first 6 turns, and Roy not critting in those turns. This leaves Ike with only a 31% chance of Aethering without being hit by a critical attack, leaving the odds in Roy's favor. Therefore, Roy is our winner. Thanks for watching, guys. This was a fun project, and I will be doing more of these in the future. Comment below on who you would like to see in a matchup next. It can be any playable character in Fire Emblem history.